I never believed I'd get to this point, standing in the shadows of the place that once felt like my sanctuary, now just a hollow shell of betrayal and broken trust. I had always thought I was invisible to the world, just another face in the crowd, quietly surviving. But deep inside, I carried a secret, a truth so heavy that it threatened to drown me every single day. It was a secret I kept buried for years, fooling myself into thinking that if I ignored it, it would just fade away. Until the night everything changed. Until I saw the evidence that shattered my world into pieces. It was a simple thing. An email notification on his laptop that shouldn't have been there. A message that didn't belong. But for me, it was the trigger that ignited a fire I could no longer contain. I knew then that the man I had looked up to, the one I trusted with all my heart, had been hiding something terrible. Something I would not let go unpunished. The betrayal cut deeper than any words could describe, and I realized I had a choice. Continue to live in the lie, or take control and serve justice myself. That night, I chose to become the orchestrator of my own reckoning. I started digging, peeling back the layers of his carefully crafted facade, and what I uncovered was far worse than I had feared. He had been hiding the truth from me, a secret that would turn our entire world upside down had it ever saw the light. I knew I had to act, but I also knew I had to be clever, patient, relentless. I baited him, played the part of the naive victim, pretending I hadn't seen the signs, all the while gathering every piece of evidence, every lie, every betrayal. I watched him stumble, caught in his own web of deception, and I felt a strange sense of empowerment growing inside me. I was finally taking back what was stolen, reclaiming my dignity from the shadows of his lies. The night I decided to confront him, my heart hammered in my chest, knowing that what I was about to reveal would shatter him completely, far worse than any physical pain could. I stood before him, calm, knowing that I held all the cards now. I laid out everything I'd discovered, my voice steady but fierce as I watched his mask crumble. The guilt in his eyes was undeniable, and as he stammered to explain, I saw the truth. He had been a monster hiding behind a loving face. And then I pulled out the final piece of my plan, proof of the secret he had kept for so long, a secret that explained everything, a secret that made him realize that I knew. The look in his eyes was priceless, a mixture of shock, shame, and a flicker of fear. I had finally broken through his defenses, and in that moment I felt a strange sense of peace. I had served justice in my own way, exacted revenge not through violence, but by exposing his lies and reclaiming my power. As I walked away from that house, I felt lighter, freer, knowing I had taken control of my story. The betrayal had been brutal, but it had also been my wake-up call. A reminder that sometimes the only way to heal is to face the darkness head-on. I had been silenced for too long, but now I was finally heard. And I knew, deep down, that this was only the beginning of my journey, one where I would never let anyone manipulate or betray me again. Because in the end, justice isn't about revenge. It's about reclaiming your truth and standing tall, even when everything seems broken beyond repair.